Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. I love Fridays. Fridays are my kind of thing. Fridays are fun, but it's the beginning of the weekend, and that weekend is that time to rejuvenate and restore, heal. Okay, there's our first one. Today we are doing Good morning. Today we're doing our weekend energy forecast. I'm using the Earth Magic Oracle card deck by Stephen D. Farmer. And we already had our first card that popped out when I started shuffling, so we're going to start out with that one. Chance always favors a prepared mind. There's another one. Good morning, Kristen. Okay, I got two that dropped. I'll be right back. Don't go away. I'm almost there. Okay. Alright, so... Oh yeah, my eye is like a million times better. We went out to eat this weekend, or this week, and I guess everybody was looking at my eye, and it made my husband really self-conscious, I guess. He was, and I'm like, it's really not that bad, guys, and it was a cat. I guess people were giving him dirty looks, and I had to laugh because I said, my husband might look a little rough and gruff or whatever, but he's a little teddy bear. He's a teddy bear. He's a sweet pea and would never dream of raising his hand to me. In fact, if there was ever an incidence of black eyes, it would be me giving him one. And I know people are like, Maris, and I'm like, yeah. I just, we're just not that kind of people anyway. But what we're looking at, we've got some kind of groovy energy coming in with a couple of little obstacles or challenges to make us think about things. And, chance favors a prepared mind. And when we are mindful and thoughtful about our next step, often we have much better results than when we just willy-nilly a choice or a decision. It's kind of like shoot from the hip, yeah. That you have absolutely no control over what comes through. So, using the Earth Magic deck, Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer, let's take a look at what energy is bringing in this weekend and what we need to do to prepare for it. So let's take a look. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, so actually, let's get that distraction from behind us, because I saw that and I went, dang, that's so distracting. So what we're looking at here, card-wise, or the beginning aspect, is communion. And what I want to say on this is finding common ground. Finding common ground. So we've been at odds, maybe with ourselves, maybe with each other. Think about, even globally, our countries have been at odds with each other for quite a while. And this weekend, we have this opportunity of communion or breaking bread with others, finding common ground. I want you to focus that thought for just a moment on finding common ground. One key to success is finding something that we can all agree on, and that's what this is looking at. It's that we're finding something that we can agree on, that we're able to come together as a people and work through that. All right, so I was talking about we're going to have some obstacles, and the first obstacle that we're looking at is fog. And I'm just going to say, if the fog was up like this, if it was up like this, I would say that we are really, really, what's the word I want to use? Convoluted in what we're seeing. We're not getting all of the information. We're only getting part of the information. And veiled, they don't want you to see everything. It's kind of like, when you get an unexpected visitor to your house and you haven't cleaned the front room, you don't let them in the front door. You go out and you're in the front yard with them. But what we're seeing through here is that we're getting this in a reversed position. And so it's, yeah, things are covered, things are veiled, you're not getting all of the information, but there's just enough holes, okay, holes in the story. Think of it like a blanket, and it's got a bunch of holes in that blanket, or a curtain, so you can see right through it. So when we're looking at this fog card and it's in an upside down position, what we're looking at here with this particular energy is that even though some things are not brought to the forefront, some of the information, you're not getting the whole story, you can see enough. Metaphorically speaking, metaphysically speaking, you can see enough to get the true gist of what is being said or what is being done. They may tell you one thing, but you can see, and it's a truth, don't get me wrong, they're not lying to you, they're just not telling you the whole story. So, and not that that's negative, it's about discernment and putting that information into appropriate use. Now, the other obstacle that comes through is the promise card. And again, it's in a reversed or a negative position. And then we see new moon. I always think of new moon as this opportunity to start anew. I guess, what is it, like with a fresh start? But what we're looking at in here is some broken promises. Some broken promises. Again, I don't want you to look at it like people are lying to you, because they're not really totally lying to you. They're omitting truths. So when they tell you a story and they're saying, oh, I went to the store today, they didn't tell you what they did from when they left the house and then got to the store. And there were some things that were in between. They didn't tell you. So technically they're not lying. Technically they're not lying. They're just not telling you the whole story. They're only telling you a snippet or a part of it. And so again, whether we're working with ourselves, or we're working with our nuclear group, or we're working in our community, or we're talking about things on a global level, doesn't make a difference. People are not going to give 100% of their truths this weekend. We're going to hold something back that may, and I'm not going to say jeopardize, but influence the way that people look at a conversation or a situation or an action. So again, we're looking at this weekend. What did we start out with? We started out with communion. So we're talking about, we're sitting down, we're breaking bread, we're coming together, we're finding common ground. But then we have that fog upside down, and then we also have promise upside down. So in this, our obstacles is that they're telling you the truth, but they're not telling you the whole truth. Not everything is being laid out on the table appropriately. Yeah, that was the word, appropriately. And what we're getting, and I'm laughing because right now I'm seeing like a James Garner, like one of the, what is that, Maverick, that show that he had, and I'm getting a James Garner vision here, where somebody's got cards up their sleeves. Something has cards up their sleeves, so you're not going to get 100% of what the truths are. And then, So what occurs when we have these obstacles this weekend is we have a loss of power. We have, and again, I don't want you to take this in a negative way. Sometimes we relinquish our power in order to find that common ground. And that's what this really is about through here. It's not so much about here, I'm going to give you all of my power, I'm going to give you all of my strength, I'm going to give you all of my integrity. That's not it at all. What we're looking at on this is that in order for us to be able to move forward together as a unity, as unity in that community, we're going to have to find some common ground. And that doesn't mean that we have to put all of our cards out on the table, nor does that mean that the other side or whoever we're working through this with, that they have to put, and they're not going to, and we're probably not going to do that either. But it's a this weekend is a good weekend for finding common ground. You do not have to relinquish your entire story, your entire spirit, your entire soul, whatever you want to call that, in order to achieve or move forward. Some things are better left unsaid. Let me say that again. Some things are better left unsaid. And when we look at that, we don't really want to put all of our info out on the table. We really don't want to totally bare our souls. And it's, yeah, I won't go there. I was going to make a good analogy, but I might offend somebody, and I'm not in the mood to offend. Because it has to, make good choices, folks, this weekend. But sit back, and I'm going to use the word mull on the information that you receive. Don't expect everything to be 100% truthful or 100% integrity filled when we are still new and getting to know each other. And I'm meaning that on a not only on a personal level, but I'm also meaning that on a global level. And people are like, we're new on a global level. We've been alive for billions, this energy that's coming through, we are starting to, the weave of the world has been unraveling, and we are starting to repair that. And keep that in mind. I'm going to leave it at that. So you guys, I hope you have a most fabulous, beautiful weekend. I know I'm going to have a beautiful weekend. I've got Reiki at the lake Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Come jam with us. You can wear your PJs. We don't grade. We don't look at any of that stuff. Sometimes I show up in my pajamas, and sometimes I show up in my real people clothes. Just depends. Hopefully we'll have Matthew there, and if we can get Teresa to come out with her tuning, or her singing bowls, and then, maybe we can, hey, Ladina, get my friend Gabby out there. She's got some grooviness going on. But let's work on peace this weekend and bringing unity into the community. There's so many exciting things that are starting to happen. So Sunday morning, 8 a.m., meet me at Crystal Lake. If you don't come in person, pop online and come join us online, and let's get some healing going, and let's share some positive love and energy, not only with ourselves, but with others. And then Sunday, and I've got a couple of spots left, Sunday at 1 o'clock, we have Reiki 1. It's the first degree class. It's CPR for the soul. So even if you're like, I don't even want to practice Reiki on other people, God, I don't even touch other people, you can learn to work with your own energy. It's CPR for the soul. That's your soul. That's my soul. And when we get that Reiki first degree attunement, we are in control. Yes, we are in control of what we're doing with our energy and what we allow to come in and out. So, woo! Hope you have a beautiful weekend. I hope to see you guys on Sunday. If I don't see you in person, I hope to see you online. So peace, love, and happiness. I love you and have a great day. I'm going to.